think are good for us to hear and for us to understand in times like these when things are like weird. That's the main word that I hear people talk about. It's so strange, isn't it? Like all this stuff is so strange. Social isolation or social distancing it's such an odd thing to live under. Like there are people gardening right over there in the neighbor's front yard, and I talk to them, but from 12 feet away, and that's just the way that we do it. And it's weird because it's wrong. It's weird because it's not normal, not natural, not the way we were designed to be. And one of my newest songs that I've written is called "Be With Me." And it's a song about how we were designed to be together, how creation wasn't good until there was Adam and Eve and they were together, right? That was what made it perfect. That was what finished the job. And the song kind of focuses in on that particular thing that they shared, which was that rib, right, that God took from Adam and put into Eve, and it kind of tries to extrapolate that rib into a sense of interdependence that we share with every other human being, no matter what. So I hope you enjoy the song "Be With Me." In a garden was a rib, there was more than just a bone. It was we are not alone, it was breath and clay at home. It was flesh that they could share, it was how they understood being one but not the same. In the sharing they were good, so they said, be with me, be the company I'll keep. Be with me, we'll stay and never leave. Oh, won't you be with me? I'm my own, I'm incomplete. We are made to be alone, so won't you be with me? We can't do it on our own, so won't you be with me? In the garden it was a lie, and it caused a great divide, and it cost us paradise, and it made us want to hide. But it did not break the rib, though it took our breath away, and it made it hard to live, and it made us scared to say, oh, be with me, be the company I'll keep. Be with me, we'll stay and never leave. Oh, won't you be with me? I'm my own incomplete. We are made to be alone, so won't you be with me? So won't you be with me? They were one but not the same. He had scars, she had a name. He is one but not the same. He has scars, he has a name. We are one but not the same. He has scars, we have a name. We are one but not the same. We have scars, we have a name. So love your brother, love your sister, love each other. Love your mother, love your father, love the others. Love the different, love the distant, love the lost. Love the broken, love the Savior, love the cross. Oh, be with me, be the company I'll keep. Be with me, we will stay and never leave. Oh, won't you be with me? On my own, I'm incomplete. We are made to be alone, so won't you be with me? We can't do it on our own, so won't you be with me? Come on, be with me, be the company I'll keep. But won't you be with me? We will stay and never leave. Come on, be with me. I'm my own incomplete. We are made to be alone, so won't you be with me? We can't do it on our own, so won't you be with me? I think it's it's been kind of exciting to see lots of people give good encouragements about, like, call your neighbors and call your family and make sure that nobody's feeling alone in the midst of what's kind of a difficult time. But I think particularly, I would say, don't waste the virus. Like, don't waste the quarantine, and don't even waste it on like sort of small, pithy conversations. Use it to develop deep relationships with other people who are looking for you to have a relationship with them, who are looking for you to care and watch over them and have a long-term connection with them. If you get the chance, that would be my encouragement, because at some point, that's kind of what we get. That's kind of what we have. We can try to do things with our careers or our possessions or our plans or whatever it might be, but those things can all change, and change pretty fast. What matters and what works is taking care of each other and investing in humans and in human connection. Everything else is just kind of a mess. And the song I'm going to sing next is a song called Everything That Happened to Your Plans. Everything That Happened to Your Plans is a song I wrote kind of right around when I had a brain surgery in college, and everything was kind of strange and I didn't know what to think about it. And I just had to kind of come to grips with the idea that, you don't have very much control over what's going to happen next or anything like that. And maybe the best thing to do is just to take what you're given and don't worry about all the rest of it. So this is Everything That Happened to Your Plans. Should I start with a question? Because songs go good with questions, and I like songs and I like questions. I like the power of suggestion. Will I find there's an answer? Will it find me? Is there a chance? Or will I find that I'm winding up between fate and happenstance? So nonetheless, if nothing less, at least I'll get this off my chest. I took whatever I could get, still want the rest, but I am finding I can't handle it, and I'm sorry for the mess. Yes, I'm sorry for the mess. And it took too much to show me, and I'll admit it took too long to see. All it took, it must be something about it which I probably ought to try. So I'll be getting used till I find the other side of this fence without my bright little brain calculating consequences. Getting used to being wrong and feeling down and feeling all it or not. Our experience is everything that happened to your plans. I need what's all around me to get out of my way, because it's breaking me down. I'm saying, tear down these walls around me, they're not keeping me safe. They're gonna tell me to break down. I see all I need is what you made alive in me. Your strength is making me fight when I am weak. Should I start with a question, or perhaps a short confession? Because I am the victim of digression, and Lord, I cannot pay attention. Will I find, if I listen, that I won't miss what I've been missing? And that the difference between this and that's where it's at, and whose it is. So nonetheless, if nothing less, at least I get this off my chest. I'll take whatever you will give, leave you the rest. Cause you remind me I don't have to handle you. It's all you, and you know best. though I'm sorry for the mess. I know you never loved me less. So I don't know. I can't see it moving anymore. I don't know if it's working, but I hope it is. If it's not, maybe somebody will text me, but I don't have any texts, so I'm just gonna keep playing songs because it's fun, and I've practiced them all day, and I'm almost lost my voice, which reminds me to drink water. Excellent. Good. All right. So everything that happened to your plans is a song about like you don't know what to do, so you try something and then it doesn't work at all. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more over the course of the next couple of songs, like just how futile sometimes our efforts can be, and how at the end of the day, all of our best efforts really only work to help us do one thing, which is discover that God has the best effort, and we're never gonna like our best efforts are never gonna get anywhere near where they're supposed to be. And this next song is just it's kind of a hymn. It actually the first verse of it is a text from an old hymn called "The Love of God," and the love of God isn't a hymn like if you're a person from the Wisconsin Synod that you might know because it's not in many Lutheran hymnals. It's a little bit of a I don't know odd song as a hymn because it's kind of very fluffy. There's not a lot to it, but there is one verse in this hymn, which is the verse that I adapted into the first verse of this song. That is, it's just spectacular. The metaphor is of like our effort to try to describe or write out the love of God and how like even if we had all of the resources of the entire planet at our disposal, we couldn't possibly do it. And so I took that verse and then I wrote two additional verses to go along with it that that I think I tried to just expand a little bit further and a little bit further on the love of God and drive it down, not just into to make it as broad as possible, but to make it as specific as possible, because there is no better way that God showed his love to us than in what he did with his son, that he came and lived a perfect life and died an innocent death and rose again for us. So this song is called "The Love of God." I hope you enjoy it. Could we with ink the oceans fill, and were the skies of parchment made, were every reed on earth a quill, and every man a scribe by trade, to write the love of God above would drain the ocean dry. The scroll could not contain the whole, though stretched from sky to sky. The kind of love that Jesus shows will never end and always be as strong as God and free to those whose hearts are willing, whose flesh is weak. This love will be their constant light, their morning star, their guide, their courage in the darkest night, forever by their side. And were the God of whom we sing a vaguely glorious deity, he'd still deserve the praise we bring for all his providential deeds. But God is not just everything, his love is thus unique, that while I still was trapped in sin, he lived and died for me. So I'm getting notes that the image is frozen for you in the same way that it is frozen for me. I'm going to try one quick thing to correct that. I'll be back in about less than 4 minutes. Yeah, right. Trying to fix it. You just X out and restart. I can't do that. I'll lose the feed. I'm just gonna see what happens when I hit the webcam settings thing.